Hey guys, it's me with another Rebel Teacher interview. We are interviewing teachers that are out there just doing their thing, supporting students, being awesome, and not letting quarantine get in the way of what really matters for their students. So today I have got Chris Sotrifer from South Brunswick High School. Welcome, Chris.
Good morning.
Will you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, as you said, I'm Chris Sotrifer. I work at South Brunswick High School. I teach earth science and physical science. Been at South Brunswick for 5 years. This is my 15th year in the profession, and I've enjoyed every year of it. I married my not my high school, but my college sweetheart, Jennifer Sotrifer, which also works in the county. We got two great kids, a 12-year-old son, Grady, and a 7-year-old daughter, Elise.
Awesome. And yes, Jen is awesome. And you guys are the cutest couple ever, by the way. Okay. So what is your teacher superpower?
I'd have to say probably the ability to build a relationship with my students. I'm a firm believer that if the students don't want to learn anything until they know that you care about them. And I think building that relationship with our students help them master the content of our standards that we're trying to teach. I have the ability, I coach two sports. I coach baseball and football. I get to be with these kids outside of the four brick wall setting inside the school. So they get to see a different personality of me, and I get to see a different personality in them. And I think that helps to also build a relationship.
Yeah, absolutely. That's awesome. And it takes a lot of time to be a coach. So for all the coaches out there, we appreciate you. We see you.
Well, thank you.
So what made you get into teaching to begin with?
I never in my life thought I would become a teacher. My entire plan was to become a dentist. And I finished my college degree, and I got to the point, and I was like, I'm to the point where I don't want to go to school anymore. I chose not to go to dental school. So like any young student graduating, I was like, what can I do and make a lot of money? So I was like, well, I can go sell drugs. I can go sell pharmaceutical drugs. And I interviewed for a job with Johnson & Johnson, and it was a great job out of college. It came down to me and another person, and the other person got the position because they had selling experience. So I went and sold cars for about 5 months, and I absolutely despised it. It was not for me. I didn't like waiting in the dealership for somebody to come on the lot and flock to them like seagulls to bread. So while I was there, my old high school, North Davison High School, called and said, hey, we have a science position. Would you be interested? And I went and interviewed, and they hired me that day, and that's been 15 years. And I've loved every minute of it since.
To teaching, and then once you're in it, you love it. So thank God for those little moments, those rejection moments even.
That's right.
Okay, so you're a cougar. What is your absolute favorite thing about your school?
And I watch these interviews, and the same answer comes up. It's the people you work with. We've got a great group of people within our department, and not just within our department, but our entire school, that are there for each other. That if there's something that you need, more than 98% of the people are willing to help and come to your rescue if you need something. It's just a great community within that school building, and I think that's probably the best thing about that school.
Awesome. Yeah. I think that almost every person has said it's the people that they work with. So what a blessing it is to, be able to work with people that care so much about you.
And we got great kids also.
All right. Yeah, right. Exactly. Our last and final question. We have been in quarantine for what feels like forever at this point. I don't know, 2 months-ish. And we've all had to kind of learn some new tools, explore some new things. What has been your favorite tool to use and why?
Well, before, the first week that we were in quarantine, I kind of sat down with my co-teacher, Mr. Lawrence, and we talked about what we felt was going to be best for our students to be able to review the content and the material, and to look at new material if they chose to do that. So we chose to go with the Edmentum program, which basically has everything within our content standards, where the kids can have it at a click of a button. They can go back and review each unit that we've already gone over. And if they chose to go ahead and do the 2 that we did not, they were able to do that. So I think it's been beneficial for the kids, you know, especially with making up grades. They can go back into that unit and redo that unit and retake tests. So I think that's really been beneficial for some students.
Awesome. Yeah, we have a lot of great resources. So that's been our saving grace, I think, going into this, as we have access to lots of different things. So awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you being willing to talk to me.
Not a problem. Thank you for everything you do, Jamie.
Yeah.